Hello and welcome back to Bellevue Bound. I'm your host, Megan Adams. Bellevue is honored to welcome the world, and in that, we are dedicated to making sure that we welcome people with all different types of abilities. That's why we're partnering with Wheel the World to help make Bellevue more accessible. And with us today, we have their head of marketing, Andre Vagran. Hey, welcome, Andre.
Hey, Megan, thank you for that warm introduction.
Absolutely. Welcome to Bellevue Bound. So happy that you're here. You flew here, as a matter of fact, which is amazing.
Exactly.
We've made it, y'all. People are flying to be on the podcast.
Yes, I recommend everyone to travel to Bellevue.
Hey, look at that. Yeah, vote of confidence. I love it. So, Wheel the World, incredible company. How did it start? And is it true that your founder summited Torres del Paine in a wheelchair? How did that work? Oh my gosh, amazing.
Yes, actually, till today, well, Álvaro became the first person to do the W trek, which is a 3 day trekking in a wheelchair. Álvaro had a car accident when he was 18 years old, and with his friend Camilo, the other co-founder, they decided to go around 2016 to Torres del Paine. Everyone thought that this was a crazy idea.
Oh my gosh.
Many people told them, no, you are not going to make it. It's not possible. Please keep us out of this crazy
like
project.
A liability. Yeah,
Exactly.
because it's a hard mountain to climb anyway. Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's one of the place itself is beautiful.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to go there. That's why, not thinking about the limitations, they wanted to do it. They were 20 friends.
20. Wow.
20.
Yeah.
They called the expedition Wheel the World, not knowing that this was going to become what we are now.
Wow, the namesake.
Yes. At the beginning it was Wheel the Patagonia.
Okay.
But a friend of them told them, like, guys, you have to think bigger. Wheel the world.
Yes.
That's how it became what we are.
Yeah.
And they did a documentary. And also they bought a trekking chair, which is a French chair.
Okay.
Because they had the idea that more people with disabilities could do what they did.
Yes. And with 20 friends. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it was a beautiful experience.
Yes.
The story got viral.
Oh.
Even Google reshared the story in their social media accounts. So many people start asking to them, hey guys, how did you do this? This is amazing. I want to do it. And after a month, we had our first official traveler, Nico Paez, who was a 10 years old kid living in the nearest town from Torres del Paine. So he went with his family. And then, Will the World start?
It started. So that trek happened in 2016.
Exactly.
And then the company officially started in 2018. Okay, incredible.
Yes.
And so what are the sorts of services you provide, not only for destinations like Bellevue, but also for travelers?
Yes, so Will the World is a B2C.
Okay.
B2B2C.
Whoa, that's a lot of letters.
Lots
of letters.
But it's a B2B2C accessibility
to
ecosystem.
Okay.
So how we describe it is like we want people with disabilities, their companions and seniors. So basically everyone that requires accessibility needs to plan and book with verified accessibility information.
Yeah.
Through the work that we do with destinations and hoteliers around the world.
Yeah.
So what we saw from the first trip in Patagonia is that people don't lack, or there is not a lack of desire about travel, but there is a lack of verified accessibility information. So
Yes.
that's how we saw the problem, and
Yeah.
there could be a potential business model out of it.
I can imagine that's true. I mean, I know when I travel, it's hard enough to find the information that I need to be able to feel confident about my travels. And I can only imagine if I was using a wheelchair or I was neurodivergent or blind. So having those additional resources is so critical. I know at Bellevue, we are so excited because we are verifying 50 businesses in 2026. And when I say verified, I mean Wheel the World Accessibility Verified, which is so exciting. So tell us a little bit about what that means to be a verified destination. What happens in that process?
Yes. So first of all, congrats for all the work that you,
Thank you.
are doing.
Yeah.
Thank you for your trust and support. And it's great to see how we are growing together. Because, as I said, it's all about information.
Yeah.
The information is not reliable. It's not centralized. It's not structured. So it's hard to find. That means that when you are planning a trip, as you said, it takes hours of planning.
Yeah.
Even though you found the accessible room you wanted, no one secures you that you are going to get that room.
Yeah.
It has happened to me many times while traveling with the company, right?
You think
For
you're
different
traveling
projects.
to an accessible room, and then you get there, and that's not actually the
Exactly.
case. Wow.
Exactly. I
Okay.
did a trip a month ago,
Yeah.
and I needed 8 accessible rooms.
Yeah.
I called many times. I spent, no joking, around 8 hours
Yeah.
by phone. A hotel told me, Andres, you will get it.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah.
The next day, the manager was calling me, hey, Andres, sorry, we don't have 8 rooms. We have 2. So imagine you don't push. You stay there and you believe and you trust. Yeah, I'm going to get those rooms.
Sure.
But you get there and
Yeah.
you don't get it.
Yeah.
The experience is not the best. Because if you are requiring an accessible shower, a rolling shower, and you don't get it, it means that maybe you are not going to get a shower in a week.
Yeah. No.
So what we do is we partner up with destinations like Bellevue. We have mappers, which are like shoppers.
yeah.
So we have mappers that they go to hotels, restaurants, different places to map and measure
Like
more
measure,
than
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So they go and measure more than 200 accessibility points,
Wow,
such
wow.
as bed height, door width, type of shower, if there is space under the sink. So when someone is planning a trip, it can see objectively what they will find. Because I think there is an important idea here that accessibility is not binary. It differs from each person. So you can have 2 people with the same disabilities and they can require completely different things.
Yeah, so it's important to have that information as far as what exactly is accessible and what are those resources at each point of interest. Like a hotel, I know in
Exactly.
Bellevue, we have hotels that have been verified, restaurants, attractions, nightlife,
Yeah.
and with each one, I had no idea there were 200
Yeah.
elements that were mapped to make sure that each type of individual with different disabilities has the needs,
Yeah.
their needs met.
So
which
the
is
good
great.
thing, what happened next? We get the data. So we get the accessibility information. We upload it to our cloud, our systems. We get the photos to everything around accessibility. And then we provide assessments to the different partners. So DMOs in this case can have access, and the partners too, to our partners portal, where they can manage all these assessments. We provide a score. And as we were talking, it's not about judgment, it's about knowing where we are. How
Yeah.
accessible or inaccessible our place is. The idea is not to label it, right? But we can know where we stand. So yeah, from there you get some recommendations and you can improve the accessibility.
Yeah, and one of the things I love, so we were talking about this recently. We just had lunch at one of our verified partners, Bellevue Brewing Company. Got to check it out. Put the link below. And while you're there, like and subscribe. So we were there having lunch talking about out of the populace, there's about 20% of the populace that have some sort of disability.
Yeah.
And so many of these people want to travel, and when they travel, they usually travel with a companion, friends, families. What sort of opportunity does this provide for destinations and travelers to know that there is such a growing market that want to travel and have these needs?
Yeah, no, great question. So 20%, if you
Yeah.
consider people that requires accessibility needs or has some sort of disability, then if you count their companions, and also if you think that the population is aging, all of us at
We're
some
aging?
point,
Not this lady.
maybe not you, but all of
I'm
us.
staying put, y'all. No, but yes, an aging populace, absolutely.
Exactly. So even the percentage, the 20% could go even higher. Then you can start thinking also like in families with trolls,
Yeah.
with babies, they will get benefit from accessibility too. So
Right, because it's not just wheelchairs, it's all different types of abilities.
exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the percentage is huge. The people is already traveling, and like many people is not getting the experience that they deserve, or at least that they would like to. So just providing as a first step this information is a huge benefit for the community, because then you give the opportunity to them to decide if they want to go or not. It's simple as that.
Yeah, just that communication element. You know, I know many companies and individuals often say what you need is a good marketing campaign. But really, I think what that's all about is being clear with your communications. What do you have available? What can people expect to experience when they're there? And one of the things I really liked when your mapper came to Bellevue, they were assessing one of our partners, and they were mapping and giving evaluations on all of these, 200 elements. And they shared that feedback with the business. And there were some moments where there are some growth opportunities for that business, for sure. But they didn't project those shortcomings necessarily with the general public. They said back to the company, you're doing great. Here are a few things that you can work on. And then what was fantastic is the company learned, oh, these are the things we need to do, and we can do these easily. If you were to think about sort of the general company, there's so many different types, restaurants, hotels, but if there was like one simple thing they could do to be more accessible, what would that be? Ooh,
Yeah.
I bet that's a hard question.
No, I actually get very related to the accessibility verified program. So first is the willingness.
Okay.
The willingness to do this, to be open, to get verified.
Okay.
It can be with us or without us. Just make the information objective. So first is verify your information. Second, improve what you think that you can improve to make sure that you are focusing in what people can do, not their limitations. And third is market them. Like promote what you are doing, make sure that they are seeing it. So if you think now with all this AI wave, how the world is changing, how things are, like our own habits are changing when we plan a trip. Some people go to Gemini, ChatGPT. So right now we see that the main asset is the verified accessibility information, because if you have it, then you will be discoverable for the people that is planning a trip. And just right now, it's not just Google. If we think in just on that, are many other tools, and to be there, you need the information.
Yeah, and to communicate that clearly, making sure you have it on the website. And one of the things, if you go to, like, for instance, Wheel the World's website, you do a fantastic job of articulating all of the accessibility resources, how they were mapped, width of doors, a lift into the swimming pool. The list goes on, 200 elements again. And then at Visit Bellevue, visitbellevue.com, you can, I'll put the link down there. And when I say I will, I'm not going to. It's our incredible marketing team because it's all about communication, right? So we're going to make sure that on our website, we have an accessibility page, which is awesome, right down there at the link. And you can see all of our verified partners. So our accessibility verified partners, all of their resources, adaptive resource, accessibility resources there. And it's clearly communicated on our page because we want it to be very accessible. We also have an embedded map where you can see where you can travel in town that is accessible, as well as itinerary, which leads me to my next question, y'all. Wheel the World has some of the best itineraries around. What are some of your most favorite trips that you offer or recommend on Wheel the World's website?
Yeah, we were talking about this before.
Yeah.
Adaptive surfing in
fun.
Costa Rica, I think is one of the highlights. Many people actually, it's one of the top sold experiences in Wheel the World.
Wow.
Personally, I love Chile.
Yes.
So the experiences as Torres del Paine, doing a W trek there can be beautiful.
Yeah.
Also, we have group trips in Europe, Sicily, Greece. So there is so much to see. I mean, the world is huge. You can find more than 400 destinations in wheeltheworld.com.
Yeah, it's wonderful. There's so many resources there. I know one of my aunts used a wheelchair, and I wish I had found Wheel the World earlier because it would have been so exciting to be able to travel around the world. And I think that's important to note that Wheel the World is an international company.
Yes.
So you see recommended itinerary and resources from across the world. Speaking of, you created a movie. They're doing everything, y'all. You created a movie for an accessible trip. Tell us about it. And it won an award, y'all. We'll put a link to that movie down below. It's so great. I got to see it at the Travelability Conference. Tell us about your movie.
Thank you. Actually, we have many documentaries.
Okay.
There is one also in Machu Picchu that tells the story from Alvaro about his car accident, how he started Wheel the World. There is a documentary also about Torres del Paine, so you can see like very old footage. But the one that you are talking about, we partnered up with Chimugu Lodge in South Africa. It's a luxury lodge.
Okay.
The work that they do in accessibility is incredible. So we were in conversations and they said, guys, you know what? Give 2 spots for your community. So we said, okay, let's do it. We did a marketing campaign. We got more than 5,000 submissions.
Wow.
Really randomly, we select a winner.
Okay.
We gave him a call, and Lee and Gina, this couple, from Canada, they couldn't believe what was going on because 3 years before they were going to South Africa, but Lee got sick, so he has limb loss, like his 4 extremities, so they couldn't travel. So when he won, we said we need to do a movie around this.
Yeah.
So we have a friend, a Mexican director, Carlos Copio, who is in Netflix, so check it out.
Yeah. Link below.
So he went to Canada to record some days there with the family, and then they went to South Africa. So all of that is there.
Oh, how incredible. And it was a full safari, is that right?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And one of the things, I mean, the work that you're doing is so huge in scope. Not only is it international, which is so exciting, not only are you working with destinations, like Bellevue and cities across the world, you're also working with individual businesses and providing resources to travelers. That's a lot. If an individual wanted to become more have better skills in accessible hospitality, what is one thing they could do to be more accessible when they're welcoming guests and working with their clients and their customers?
Yes, the advice that I always give to my family, to my friends, to everyone is focus in the capabilities, not the limitations. Never assume, never assume that everyone needs help. Sometimes we see like people with visual disabilities, you know, and we tend, or at least I used to tend to grab their arms and say, hey, let's go through this way. But no, always ask first, hey, do you need some help? Focus in the person. I think doing that small change has a profound impact.
Yeah. And I know it can feel sometimes intimidating if you haven't had an opportunity to work with different customers with different abilities.
Yeah.
Wheel the World has an incredible academy, y'all. And Visit Bellevue is proud to be sponsoring 500 individuals getting trained through the Wheel the World Academy. We'll have the link below. We hope you'll check it out. It's just an hour long. It's really dynamic. It's informative. And it's a wonderful way to learn how to greet and welcome all abilities, especially those of us who welcome thousands of individuals through our work. And having that training builds that confidence and helps to make people feel more welcome, which I love. And so please, I highly recommend doing that training. And again, it's down at the link.
Yeah, and just to mention, I think it's important that we are all learning. There is not just one rule. There is no one that can tell you that you are doing right or wrong. Let's start. I think that's the best starting point, the willingness to do something.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. So speaking of learning, you all have learned and grown so much since 2018 when you started.
Yes.
I know the growth isn't stopping here. I'm sure you have big plans for the future. What can you share? What is there that you are working on that we can look forward to in the near future?
Yes. So as we are working together with you and many destinations.
Hey, high five. Let's go.
We are getting all the time. We are passionate about what we are doing. We are passionate about accessibility. We always try to think in a disruptive way. The problem that we are trying to solve with, which is the verified accessibility information, is not easy to solve. So for next year, I think all of us, all the businesses have the challenge to prioritize. For the work that we are doing with destinations and partners, we want to provide more resources. We want to make sure that all of us can track the ROI of our initiatives. We have an economic impact value that we are shaping and updating to make sure that we can, again, see the return of the investment that we are doing. We want to reach more people. We are updating our accessibility tools in the website for travelers. So we are relaunching our accessibility match. So people navigating wheeltheworld.com, they build their accessibility profile. We ask around 20 to 30 questions around accessibility. And then as we have this verified accessibility information from different partners around the world, depending what the travelers are searching, we can do a match.
Oh, yeah.
And we tell them, hey, this place can be very good for you because other people with your same accessibility needs went there and they have a good experience.
I love it. I love it. So not only serving the traveler, but also serving the businesses too.
Exactly.
Which is fantastic.
We want to provide more resources. We want to keep growing. We want to learn and hear from all of you how we can improve. Because again, this is moving and we are all making it better every day.
Yeah, well, we've loved working with Wheel the World. And Andres, we're moving into our speed round. So, y'all, as we get ready for our speed round, I want to invite you to like and subscribe. I have to say it. This will be no issue for you because you run half marathons, I hear. Moving on. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Having an accessible website is critical to welcoming all abilities. What can people do to make their website more accessible?
Great. I would say first, representation. The community knows when you are using AI or some equipment that is not part of their daily life. Representation is key. Second, there are different ways of structuring your website, adding alt text for your images or using accessibility tools that are super easy. You just add it and you can have like assessment of how you are doing it, and you will get concrete improvements of what you need to do, and of course working with Will the Word.
Yeah, hey, look at that. Absolutely. All right. How can businesses and events provide more sensory-friendly resources to travelers and locals?
Yes, first staff train.
Oh, yes.
That's
Yeah.
important. Either Will the World, Academy, Culture City, there are many companies doing great. Get trained because at the end we are fear about what we don't know. So if we have an approach of what we will be facing, will be easier. Then second, quiet spaces. Quiet spaces are key. So you provide a space for families, individuals where they can stay quiet and calm in case that they are feeling so much in the environment, and also clear signage.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I know that's something we're working on in Bellevue for sure. And again, it goes back to that communication. Okay, just two more. What is a good rule of thumb when you are greeting a large group of individuals with different abilities? How, as a hospitality professional, should we be greeting people with all abilities?
Yes. What I said before, ask before helping, and don't assume people needs help. Just ask and focus in the capabilities, not in the limitation. And maybe I get a bit philosophical here, but this ability means not having the ability to do something, right? So if you think in a way, we can all be disabled. We don't have the ability to do everything. So let's focus in what we can do instead of what we can't do.
All of the abilities, the actual abilities. I love it. And if I'm traveling and I have accessibility needs, where should I go to find more information on where to travel and the different resources that I can expect when I travel?
Of course, willtheword.com.
Hey, you knew it was coming. Link below.
And second, of course, visit Bellevue, the accessibility section. There are many great resources. You are doing a great job altogether. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Andres, for joining us on Bellevue Bound. You were fantastic. And thank you for listening to Bellevue Bound again, y'all. Remember to like and subscribe. Check out the Wheel the World page, as well as visit Bellevue and just type in accessibility in that search bar, and you can find all of our resources, including our mapped verified partners and our embedded map, itineraries, and more. We are so grateful that you tuned in. And Andres, thanks for coming to Wheel the World. Bellevue Bound. See you next time.
This video was recorded and produced by Just Talk Studios, the premier video podcasting studio in Bellevue, Washington. Visit justtalkstudios.com to learn more and book your session today.